Okay, so we're just going to talk very briefly about the basic structure of a neuron. This is a fairly short presentation, but please don't disregard the information. You need to know the basic structure of a neuron in order to understand how neurons work. We need to know how neurons work to understand how the nervous system works, and we need to understand how the nervous system works if we want to understand human behavior and mental processes. So to begin, a neuron is a type of cell. There are many different types of cells in the human body. A neuron is a cell that is designed to carry an electrochemical message through the nervous system. This might be a sensory message sent from sensory cells in the skin to the brain, or it could be the more complex messages sent throughout the brain to decipher and understand the information present in this presentation. So this is a presentation about the brain understanding how the brain understands this presentation. Neurons are similar in structure to other cells in that they have all of the usual parts. The cell wall, nucleus, organelles, and hopefully you're familiar with basic cell structure from your biology class. There are three basic types of neurons. Sensory neurons carry messages into the central nervous system through afferent nerve fibers. Interneurons are present in the central nervous system and either send signals to other interneurons within the brain or from sensory neurons to motor neurons. Motor neurons carry messages out from the central nervous system to muscles and organs via efferent nerve fibers. So here's the basic structure of a neuron. Let's start with the dendrites, where the messages come in from preceding neurons. The soma is the cell body, and this is where the nucleus is located and the other organelles. This long branch here is the axon, and axons can be microscopically small or they can be very long. Some axons run from the toes all the way up to the base of the spine. The axon is what carries the electrical impulse down the neuron. In motor cells and in some interneuron cells, the axon is wrapped in a myelin sheath that is made up of these Schwann cells that are wrapped around the axon. The myelin effectively speeds up the electrical impulse as it travels down the axon. The myelin also protects and insulates the axon. Eventually, the axon splits into branches called terminal branches, and these end in nodules called terminal buttons. Each button contains vesicles that hold the neurotransmitter chemicals necessary for sending the message along to the next neuron. So there's the basic structure of a neuron. We could get much more in depth, but this will suffice for our purposes in this class. And here I just included an image of what neurons actually look like. We often draw out neurons to help us understand the process without regard for how the cell really looks. So I just included this so you can see an image of some actual neurons. Okay, so I think that there's a class activity in conjunction with this lecture, after which we will move on to neurotransmission.